My fellow gym hunters, welcome to another episode of Five in Time over here at Coinverse. Guys, you know what to do before we get started. Go ahead and like that video. Also, make sure you comment afterwards. Lastly, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then make sure you click that little notification bell. That way you stay up to date to the latest videos that we put out over here at Coinverse. So, guys, we've been talking a lot about what's been going on in the market. Now, I want to bring you guys some new gems this week because I have been doing a lot of research. But I want to talk about a big story today, and that's going to be with the ETH merge coming up and the Bellatrix being released today. Hard fork, the Bellatrix hard fork being released today, and it has been updated. And I just want to dive a little bit into that, get some of you guys' opinion, and see what you guys think about that. So without further ado, give me a second, get my screen shared over here like I normally do, and we'll jump right into it. So the merge, Vitalik tweeted this morning, at least or last night on my time on East Coast. The merge is still expected to happen around the 13th to the 15th. What's happening today is the Bellatrix hard fork, which prepares the chain for the merge. Still important though, make sure to update your clients. So Vitalik goes ahead and pushes this out last night, and immediately after this, we're going to jump over here to the charts, guys. This is a 4-hour. So if you were looking at this from last night's tweet, I mean, it had I went to bed. ETH was, I think it was getting closer to like low 1500s, and I woke up and it was back over 1600. So it was one of those things that immediately pushed the price up. Obviously, with the news, you're going to have a sell-off. A lot of people love to sell the news, buy the rumor, right? So with the sell-off here, ETH comes down to its lower time frame support here around 1560. I think 1566 is going to be one of those levels to really watch at ETH. I think that if we keep seeing ETH push and we get another break upwards, and this thing starts getting back up towards the high of 1678 and potentially breaks it to go to 1700, I think it's going to be when the bulls really take control, and this is going to be one of those things that could really just take right off. And I mean, good luck catching it, right? And it's also an interesting pattern here. You usually see this kind of accumulation right before a big breakout. It's like a seven count, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 9 and 10 are usually really nice breakouts, 8, 9, and 10. So I think it's going to be something that we just keep watching it play around. I'm really excited. I can't imagine somebody bullish on ETH and not bullish on this merge. I think this merge could do one or two things. Like we always talk about the merge, the purge, the splurge, and so on. But we got to kind of look at this and say, hey, look, who's selling the ETH below 1600, right? And we do have some active sellers, but it looks like there's active buyers around that 1560, anything lower than the 1560 mark. So I wanted to know, like, who's out there selling it? Do they have a lot more ETH? I think when you think about this merge, it did come out today in another post that you will receive some proof of work token, the Ethereum proof of work token for your Ethereum. So again, guys, if you are a maxi in the Ethereum, or you believe in the Ethereum project, in the Ethereum ecosystem, I think this is one of the things that you got to pay attention to. Really start diving in and do your homework, guys. This isn't financial advice, but this is something you guys should pay attention to. This could be one of the biggest things that ever happened within the crypto space following this the next 10 days with ETH, right? So position yourself well. Me personally, I'm still kind of in the middle, right? Like I think ETH where I got it at was lower than where it is now, so I'm not in a hurry to sell it. But again, I don't know which way the market structure is going. I think when you look at we'll look at the ETH BTC pair. We had a bit of a breakout on the Bitcoin ETH BTC pair, right? And with that breakout, I mean, this usually is a great signal for ETH to really start really pushing and kind of separating itself. But again, with so much dominance still being in Bitcoin's plate, I think that you still start to see Bitcoin drag everything back down, like we've seen here, even on this run up. With Bitcoin having a big drop today, it brought this right down. And then we brought this to, this is a 4-hour candle. So just in the last 2 hours, we see a lot of jumping around, mainly because what happened on BTC today. And we'll go over and take a look at that really quick as well. But again, what is your guys' thoughts? And guys, we've drawn these lines out. I drew these out with you guys live and on one of the TAs, and it's funny to see all this stuff come into play. We knew what we get here. Will we have buying here? Is what we're looking for. We're looking for volume here. We can't get back up here to test these range highs or start getting up there towards the range highs, at least to the 19,000. I think we're going to see some more lower activity, right? We're going to see this thing go ahead and push down a little bit more, potentially bringing us to a 16,000. What do you guys have for the low on this? I mean, I go back and forth with Bitcoin as well as I wanted to do. I think it's one of the assets that's really hard to call right now because the macro structure looks really bad. I mean, when we look at this on a weekly time frame, not to do too much TA with you guys today, but when we look at this on a weekly time frame, it's starting to break this support right here. And breaking that support, usually you should see some quick accumulation to get it back above, and we're not seeing it, right? So anytime there's no volume, I think we go back to the next, which could be around the 17 to 16 area. I think, hard to call the bottom. I wouldn't get pressed on calling the bottom. I think, just having the right timing and getting into the right protocols is very critical at this point. So with them in the next 7 days, guys, I'll be here doing some, like I said, we have some great NFT projects, guys, but as long as the market's looking like this, I think we need to focus on what will be a good buy and what potentially what you should accumulate, right? When you look at something like a Kusama, I mean, this thing, it doesn't have that much further to go down, at least in my book, right? We can blow this up. But I don't see, what is the catalyst, for we talked about the NFT projects yesterday coming out on Polkadot and the Kusama, but I don't know if that is that deterring people away from Kusama seeing things go to Polkadot. It's been one of my back and forth arguments about being involved in that ecosystem. It's just, having a lot of exposure to one or the other, it's impossible to have exposure to one, in my opinion, because, I want to see both do well, but at the same time, who's to say? We do see some good support right here. If they can hold support here, you know what, we'll go ahead and draw the line today, guys, because this is what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at this candle here. And we're looking at that right there. So this is a liquidity candle. I don't usually trust the first candle, but going up, getting that first break of resistance, boom, sat it back down, and they came and flipped it to support over here on the backside. So we'll go ahead and draw a line here. And we'll see if Kusama, we'll check in on this again over the next week. And we'll see if they hold, right? I don't know, man. And we just want to we'll pick various altcoin guys. I don't really mind. Another one of my favorites to look at is Ape. Apecoin, I kind of look at that as being like the Bitcoin of the metaverse in my eyes. But we'll see what happens with some of these things. We'll go into a day chart. It's really hard to read a lot of charts that haven't been out for a while. But just kind of get some knowledge on your charts, guys. Go ahead. This is the great time to be doing your homework, studying up on projects. We'll talk about that one after this, but you can see here, they're having a real hard time, getting back above the moving average, and we shouldn't use that as those support and resistance, but we kind of use that as an indicator of which way the trend is going to go in my eyes, right? So we did have some resistance here at the $7, and then once it went back up there, it just hit it and got slammed back down. All the way back down to 4, and it looks like it's starting to find a lot of resistance anywhere around $5. So we could potentially see a new low here. I don't know how low this will go. Possibly $3, maybe less. I'm not sure. It's one of those things that we definitely got to pay attention to. But another one of those projects that we talked about a while back on the show, gaming token, was Galaxy, and I think that they have that somewhere here. Yeah, so Galaxy is here. They did change their name spelling today, which was weird. I don't know why they did that. Well, I guess I do. Just a couple of Galaxies out there, and then you have Gala Games as well. So I guess they said, hey, guess we'll make it easy. Just swap up the spelling of our name. And maybe we'll be able to cover some of that on the show as well. But this had a pretty good breakout on the news that they may change the name, and had a really a nice little run up today. I think it was almost 12% in a matter of like an hour, more than that actually, right? So yeah, 25% breakout, only to get slammed by Bitcoin's rejection today in the 19 and jump as it dropped down to 18. We're starting to see the pullback right over here, and it's already back down. 12%. So up 12% on the day, down 12% on the day. So however you look at it on that way. 12% off the hop. Sorry, guys. But again, just one of those things. This is one of those times, guys, that hey, we could always talk about new projects. There's a ton of new projects, but guys, let's focus on the market structure. Let's focus on what is being built that could potentially elevate the space, and let's try to find those projects and bring those projects to the light. So again, guys, appreciate you guys spending time with us over here at Coinverse. Make sure you like the video, comment down below, let us know what altcoins you guys are looking at, or if you're all the way just stacking sats, let us know down in the comment section. But other than that, guys, until next time, you know what time it is. It's 5 and out.